Tonight, I stand before you to shed a light on a battle we all face. It's the battle between the lazy part of ourselves and that motivated part of ourselves. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, it's a battle that happens every single morning. That's a challenge for us to get out of bed. How do we get out of bed, and how do we tackle the day? How do we honor our commitments and do the things we say we do? For me, it's dark, it's cold, it's quiet. Everyone else sleeping, lying in bed, and the voice says, just keep on relaxing, keep on chilling. And there's another voice that says, get up, you've got stuff to do. It's a battle, it's an internal conflict, I'm fighting. And I want to share with you this evening 3 tools from quite an iconic movie that I believe can help us help us with this battle. Who here has watched the movie The Lion King? And I'm talking about the classic 1994, almost 30 years old, The Lion King. The first tool that we can use from this is remember who you are. It's a crazy part of the movie where young Simba has been led by the very erratic and crazy Rafiki to a very dark, mysterious pond, and he's having an identity crisis. He doesn't know who he really is. And Rafiki says, your father's there, go look in the lake. So he walks up to the pond, he stalks up and looks in the lake and just sees his own reflection. It's just me. Rafiki points to the lake again, see who you are. And at that moment, Simba sees the very spirit of his father in the reflection. This like radiant light in the image. And just then he looks up into these bellowing white clouds, and you can see that there's a storm approaching, stars in the background. And his father comes through the clouds and it says, remember who you are. And Mufasa, his father, the king of the Pride Lands, reminds him, Simba, you are the king. This is who you are. And by doing that, he is then able to confront his evil uncle that usurped the king. He will then go and challenge him. And that goes on to our second tool, is confronting your inner Scar. Does anyone remember who Scar was in The Lion King? He's the bad guy, right? Scar was the very slender lion, the one with the serpent tongue, the lazy guy. Just wanted, just give me my impala steaks. He just wanted the kingdom, but he didn't want to do the work, and he eventually, unfortunately, killed Mufasa. And I believe all of us have this similar thing in our own minds of an inner critic, an inner voice that speaks to us. It could be like an inner Scar that tells us to do things we shouldn't, and we have to recognize when that voice pops up, and that's when we need to step into our Simba mode and confront the Scar. We need to embrace the challenge. When these moments of conflict come up, like me laying in bed very, very early in the morning, we need to confront that moment, be excited, get out there, look forward in anticipation for what the day can offer you, and always remember that whatever obstacles may be, obstacles can make me stronger and faster and braver. The third tool is embracing accountability. Does anyone remember that blue bird in The Lion King? The one that flies above the king? Anyone remember his name? Zazu, yes. Zazu was the king's advisor. He was the emissary to the king. The king looked at him for advice. And I believe in our own lives, we need our own inner Zazu. And what we can use for that is, imagine a version of yourself that is stronger, fitter, smarter, faster, that is always there with you, that can guide you, that is literally walking around with a checkbook or a notebook and is kind of telling you all the things you're doing. Kyle, you read 10 books. Good on you, thank you. Oh, Kyle, you watched 10 seasons of Survivor. You've got some catching up to do in your reading. That inner guide can just help move you along in the right direction. The other Zazu we can tap into is an external Zazu, and that can be in the form of a mentor or a coach or a community like Toastmasters or a loyal friend that can help advise you and guide you. It's basically having an accountability partner, and there's just so much value there, being able to guide you towards your goals in life. And I believe by using these 3 powerful tools from the Lion King, we can overcome that inner critic within us. We can emerge victorious and we can battle against it. We can, what's that word? Cultivate. You can cultivate checklists for things that we need to do throughout the day. For example, every evening before I go to bed, I set out a checklist. What is it that I want? This is the smart Carl speaking. What is it that I want the lazy Carl in the morning to do? Let me make a checklist for this guy. So when he wakes up in the morning, he knows what to do. That's what I do. Go to bed, there's my checklist. Lazy guy wakes up in the morning, clothes are there, I know what to do. That's it. In conclusion, remember your inner Simba. And also remember that there might be a snaky scar hiding around the corner, but you can overcome him. You can become stronger. You can learn. And remember the power of that little blue bird. What's his name again?
Zazu.
Zazu. Have an inner Zazu, your own best version of yourself that can guide you, as well as an external community that can help support you. Zazu's awesome. I love Zazu's. We're going to Kruger often. Zazu's amazing. Remember Simba. Remember the Lion King. It's powerful. Madam Toastmaster.